Hello. BP Hero Podcast, Season 7, Episode number 10. Checking in. Christopher, how's the music sound? It's okay, right? When was the last time someone called you Christopher? Not a lot on the docket tonight, but we will discuss a handful of things. And of course, anything you guys have, got that you want to mention or talk about or this, that, and the other and carry on. And I'm thinking we're about due for another giveaway. Somebody needs some headbanger swag. I just know it. But we got to come up with something good. Something real good for our giveaway. All right. So for those that don't know, real quick, if you're tuning in on YouTube, and something that might be a little easier for you would be like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. You can't find the BP Hero Podcast on there. These episodes are recorded live on YouTube at the channel name, the BP Hero Podcast. But if you're catching up later, whether it's here or Apple Podcasts or Spotify, thanks for stopping in. But just know, if it sounds like I'm talking to myself, it's because I'm talking with the live chat. Definitely encouraged to come and hang out and do that thing. It's usually on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Central, but yours truly isn't the sharpest knife in the drawer and may or may not have forgot it was Wednesday. Yeah. Big swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss. But we got it figured out. We're here. That's all that matters. No, you're not the only one that's pointed out that there was no podcast. I got several messages between last night and this morning. I went to bed early last night, which was probably another reason why I was all thrown off and disconglomerated. Big word for the day. But we had a kiddo in the house. There was a little bit of illness. And kind of put us behind for a minute. Just kind of touch and go there for a minute. She got pretty bad. But she's up and kicking now. I thought I wasn't going to make this podcast because she's back in full form. Having fits about everything. Don't know where she got it. I don't have fits about nothing. Are we really at 0 viewers though? Yeah. I'm So long story short, I sleep with a CPAP machine, and yours truly forgot to fill it up with water, and I was blowing dust by the time I woke up in the morning. I have really sensitive allergies anyway, and so it was not a good situation. But nonetheless, we survived and we're here. And got me one of these anesthetic lozenges. So I don't sit here and hack and cough, at least for this hour. Got me a little bit of water. We're gonna try and make it through. And also, we're still waiting on videos of that Pure, my friend. Feeling like a good guy one day, and I had to send out my guy Paul Gofar, a little gem from the BP Hero Arsenal. And he kept saying he's gonna send me videos, and I ain't seen nothing yet. Really disappointed. But speaking of videos and things like that, one thing we will cover tonight is going to be a new addition to the channel. Not saying who, I'm not saying what. We'll leave you in suspense for a little bit. But I really like where this is going to take the channel. I really value this person's opinion when it comes to slow pitch in general and bats and everything else. They've got lots of experience. So I'm looking forward to what that's going to bring to the channel. Hopefully, if I can get some time in life and its whatnots here to get some stuff posted, you'll be seeing that here soon. Chris says Mountain Dew and red Gatorade. No shot. No shot. That's a big popular thing around here, but I'm not about it. I'm not about it. Well, I really do think it's just you tonight. Apparently, I really did kill the podcast, right? All right. What's up, John? How you doing, buddy? Tony, what's up, dude? Man, I was beginning to wonder if everybody was going to show up or not. Had me worried I was going to have to sit here and talk to myself for like the whole 45 minutes. But you guys are showing up. You're bailing me out. I'm here. We're going to get it done. Snacks. What's up, my friend? Now we got everybody rolling in. Stand by. Okay. All right. Here we go. This anesthetic lozenge that's supposed to kind of keep me from coughing a little bit so I can talk isn't doing its job. Snack says post the video. Yes, I will post the video. I was just talking about that before you got here. I don't know if you were here while I was mentioning that, but I'll leave that up to you whether you want to discuss that now. Maybe we can just patch you in here real quick and we can discuss it. No, I don't need no tussin. I ain't trying to sleep for the next 19 years. What day is it? Yeah, you guys are so funny. But hey, just be glad I did this. I thought about just saying, forget it. They'll be fine. Then wait till next week. No, it's not hump day. Ho ho. You guys are so funny. Don't know what I would do without you. Give me just 1 minute here, and then we're going to dive into this evening's couple of topics. Yeah, I am doing okay. I'm surviving somehow. It's been a doozy of a few days around here, but we got it figured out. I can't believe I'm really bad about that. Like when I take days off work, I'm mad about like getting my days mixed up. Like even today, So I took Monday off and I took Wednesday off. And even today I was walking around work thinking it was like Tuesday. But I'm all mixed up. But anyway, so this week's podcast, actually, and that's the thing, that's what kind of makes me mad, is like I had a couple decent topics to discuss. The first one being the first outing of the year for the 2022 season for the BP Hero was a doozy, an absolute doozy. I don't know if anybody that watches or listens or whatever else to the podcast, I happened to play in Lebanon over the weekend, but boy, was that an adventure if you were there. Weather here in Missouri was less than favorable. It was about 60 degrees most of the day, which wouldn't be bad, right? Sun was out, but the wind was blowing 20 miles an hour literally the entire time. Like, we were 2 games into the day, like, my lips were already, like, chapped. I was like, dude, I can't do this. I can't do this. It was brutal. But we made it. We survived. Seth, how you doing, buddy? And while it wasn't necessarily showing that me and my team wanted, sometimes you gotta take your shots before you can take your own. Or sorry, let me rephrase that. You gotta take your shots before you can give them out. We ended up going 0-3 on the day. Our first game of the day. We honestly just came out dull. It's hard to get in a mindset to play when it's a little bit cool outside anyway. We're playing some weird home run rules. So basically you got 5 bands. They were unlimited. And then you got to roll a dice for however many home runs the rest of the team got. So weird vibes there anyway. And the wind was blowing in on top of everything else for the first game. So that was a little bit of an adventure. But we rolled a 1. So we got guys. So basically there's 5 bands. And the rest of the guys get one to use. So you could tell there's a couple people like uncomfortable to take a swing they might normally take otherwise. But at the end of the day, with the way the wind was blowing in, I think we lost that game 8-6. So, we can make all the excuses we want. The wind was blowing in. I got rung up looking on a pitch that, like, literally I looked up to watch it cross me. And we're playing U-Trip, mind you. I looked up to let it as it crossed me, and I toss my bat. I start halfway down the first baseline, and then I hear strike 3 behind me. And I thought it was the catcher, so I'm like turn around, like looking and kind of smiling, and I see the umpire like with like the punch out. I was like, what? But we said it on this podcast for how long now? What's the point of arguing? What's the point of getting in the umpire's face, saying you're pissed off, saying that was a terrible call? What's that going to do for you? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You just got to take it and move on. You got to take it and move on and hope that, clearly it's a thing that umpires do. Umpires will make makeup calls, you might say. So maybe you just hope you get one of those, or maybe you just hope you don't piss him off. Because I know that there were some choice words said to him by a couple of guys. And later on in the game, there was a ball down the right field line that was probably 2 feet fair, and he called it a foul ball. Absolutely brutal. And it was at a pivotal moment in the game. We were starting to get a little momentum going with the bats. And then that happens. But like I said, at the end of the day, the big thing here is being a C team is what we are. Being a C team and scoring 6 runs, no matter the conditions, is not going to cut it. you're playing C ball. You're playing C level softball. You got to know how to hit no matter the conditions. Like you are beyond the point of learning. You're beyond the point of, and that's, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like you can't learn or you shouldn't quit learning or things like that. But what I'm saying is you got to be ready. There's getting ready to play C-ball, and then when you're in C-ball, it's like it's time to put your big boy pants on and go. I'm not saying C-ball is the most important thing ever, but when you get from D to C, it's a pretty significant jump when it comes to good C teams and good C players. Personally, to me, like the gap between like A and C, the skill level is about the same. It's the consistency is what sets guys apart from like the C level to the A level. You know, you got the guys that, like, man, he hits the ball so hard, but he hits the ball so hard, maybe 2 or 3 out of 10 swings, BP hero. And then you got guys that literally just never miss. He hits the ball. The guy that hits that never misses, never just, absolutely squares up every swing he takes, can hit the ball just as hard as the guy that hits it 2 or 3 out of 10 swings. But like I said, the difference being this guy never misses. He can swing a bat backwards and still find a way to get a barrel on the ball. That's the difference, in my opinion, from like the C level to the A level is A-ish, I'll say, is consistency. You just don't miss. So when you're transitioning from C to D, it's like it's time to put your big boy pants on and go. So the fact that no matter the conditions or no matter the umpire or no matter anything else, the fact we scored 6 runs in a 6-inning game just is not going to cut it. We had our shortstop, Tyler Finewald, is balling out with us. And had him go down. He got hurt in the 2nd inning, I think, after a couple of great defensive plays. Like, you know, we're kind of starting to roll a little bit, find our stride a little bit, even early. Because this is the first time this team has played together. And then he steps in a hole, running to second base, and trashes his ankle. He said, I talked to him the next day, said his ankle was blue and black and swollen up and everything else. Like he's I'm hoping he's going to be okay. He's got to go consult with a couple of doctors and figure out what the next course of action here is. But hopefully he's okay. But losing him hurt. And then moved on to our second game, and we screwed ourselves in the second game. We didn't have a book, and there was a big score discrepancy. So we were pretty confident in the fact that we put up a big number, and I don't even remember. I think it was the 3rd or 4th inning. We put up a pretty big number. I mean, we had 2 grand slams, a 3-run home run. I had a double that scored 2 runs. I mean, we hit a lot. There was some singles and some solos mixed in. We hit a lot. And then somehow, right here, time must be close to expiring. And the team we're playing, dude hits a home run. If I get this correct. No, dude gets a double, clears the bases off, and umpire just says ball game. We're all just kind of standing around like, what? Like, we all kind of look at each other. Even the guys on the other team were like, no, we're still losing the game. And the umpire says, no, I got the score wrote down right here. This is a score, ball game. He just walks off the field. I mean, like his ass was on fire, just running off the field. And, excuse me. So it's kind of funny to watch all that unfold. The game was on and off again, like 5 different times in 10 minutes. So that was pretty interesting. And the tournament director came over, gets the book for the other team because they had a book, counts up everything, and decides we're still up by 3 runs, even though we had guys on the other team saying, no, you guys are still up by like 7 or 8 runs. That was a huge inning. But again, we didn't have a book, so what can we do, right? So, no outs, man on second. We're up by like 3 runs. And They come back and tie the game. We manage to get out of a jam. And it's a tie game. We come in, put up a handful more runs. But then they came back out. I managed to pitch us just about out of a disaster. And then a guy hit a walk-off home run on a 3-1 pitch that I swear to you was going to hit his belt buckle. And he took it yard. Wind was at our backs, but it was not to discount the fact that this dude just shit on that ball. So that's how you lose game number 2. And then game number 3, we draw essentially an A and B team. If you're local to the area, you are familiar with who Dudley is. Whether they're A or B or whatever they are extremely good, loaded top to bottom. And that's what we drew for our third game. They had been on for a while, so they were definitely in a groove and just put it on us. It didn't matter high, flat, short, inside, outside. I pitched deep. You know, we're playing new trip rules, so you can move back to 56 feet. I tried literally everything to get these guys to miss, and they just wouldn't. But again, like I said, that's the difference in the level of ball player. These guys just literally could not miss when they swung a bat. It was insane. No, in the wind was blowing in during this game so hard. There was a couple of balls. Our center fielder broke for it, and it blew out of play into right field. The wind was blowing that hard. He broke for it, starts running, and then realized the wind's pushing it, and it ended up going out of play to right field. And I was just like, holy crap. It was insane, but they were still hitting. We didn't. We just came out flat again. We got to work on preparing ourselves for that moment. I mean, we're going to run into teams like that at a certain point this year. You try not to walk into the game defeated. We knew we were going to be down a guy, and we had one of our better players was hurt, so that did not help. But to go into a game just absolutely defeated, especially a game like that, just stings a little bit. But it is what it is. We walked away from the day for sure that we liked what we saw in the moments we had that were good. We got a lot of good players. And when we get everybody hitting stride, tie up a couple of loose ends, we're still looking for a couple of guys. And when we get all that tied up and figured out, I'm liking how this is going to come together. I really do. Let's see. Eric, how you doing, buddy? Don't know if you're still here or not. Tony says, who did I play with? So Damon Volkart and I are putting our brains together and working on a C team this year. He's running his B conference team. And then he and I will be putting our little nuggets together and working on a C team as well. Just to kind of help some guys get their feet wet with us, like some transitioning towards maybe some upper level ball or that kind of thing. Just kind of getting out of D-ball and getting some experience somewhere else. We got a young group. We got a lot of young guys. And we got a lot of good athletes. We got a lot of good ball players. So I'm really looking forward to the year. And Seth, no beer was consumed to stay warm. Let's see. We're at about 26, 27 months sober. So no beers were had by yours truly. Stand by for just a minute here, guys. I'm going to go and blow my nose. I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Back in the action. Yeah, Seth, like I said, it's been 26-ish months or so. sometimes when the choices you make while consuming keep getting you into messes, it's probably time to do something about it. I kind of hit that point, had a close call, and decided, it's not worth it. And I don't miss it at all. Chris, have a good night, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. So, I do not miss it. And to those that do still drink and everything else, more power to them. I'm not saying you can't. It's just not for me. Not for me. It doesn't jive. And that's perfectly fine. I don't miss waking up feeling like crap. I didn't really drink a whole lot when I played anyway. Just from the standpoint of, I just useless, absolutely useless as a ball player when I drank and played. I didn't do it very often. But, yeah. More power to the ones that do, not for me, and I don't miss it at all. But, I will say, if you're following along for the bat reviews, wondering what the heck, what's going on, where are the bat reviews at, calm down. They're coming. I've had stuff filmed. I was in the process of getting stuff ready to post, and then the sickness kind of hit the house. So once we get everything cleared up there, my goal for the weekend is to get all 3 reviews ready. There will be a review on the Easton Senior Helmer. There will be a review on the Marshburn Louisville 240. And then I don't know why I said 240. We all know they're 240s now. And then there will also be a review on the Suncoast Ruckus Competitive Edge model. So that's stuff to look forward to. And then we also got the DeMarini Stadium, the DeMarini Foo Dog, and the Carl Rose Power Cell. First deliveries from Headbanger to swing for the upcoming future. Gotta get this freaking snow cleared off. I knew the second that would happen. I reached out to them and said, hey, the weather's clearing up. If you guys want to get some stuff on the way. And sure enough, the first weekend that I'm going to have an opportunity to swing these things, there's going to be snow on the ground. Love it. Absolutely love it. But the content is coming. And I don't know that anybody noticed, but the conversion chart we were using was still red failing was 220 and green passing was anything above 220. I made a revision there, and the tester chart will now read correctly for those that kind of keep up with the compression testing side of things. So that'll be nice to not have that confusion, because I did have a couple of people ask me if the bat's a 240 bat, why are numbers below 240 green. So got that going. So I'm really looking forward to doing those other bats. Looking forward to getting some content coming. And yes, Snacks, that is correct. A senior bat will be on the channel. The Easton Helmer Senior will be on the channel. Really looking forward to posting that review. And I think you guys are going to enjoy it. It's going to be cool. It's going to be something different. But it's going to be cool. And I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys. And we're going to start in with the Throwback Thursdays again, too. It's about time. Now that the reviews are starting to kind of roll out here, we can work on getting the Throwback Thursdays kind of work back in there as well. Got a handful of bats for that. Eric sent out a handful, thanks to him. Sounds like Seth might have something to send out too. Got a handful for myself. But I still got to swing. I'm really looking forward to swinging my Christmas present from my man Brian. He got us a combat combatant. And not to go down that avenue of things tonight, but if you follow along or you were a softball fans guy, then you knew about the combat combatant. I'll tell all that story when the time comes. But it's going to be really cool. And yeah, Gio, what's up, buddy? Whether you're late or not, I mean, hey, listen, I was a day late. I was literally 24 hours late to this podcast, and you guys are still here. So don't apologize to me about being late. So that's let's see if I can find a picture. Yeah, Seth, I'll drop you my address when I get done here. I'll make a note to do that. Let's see. So, something that's been in the works for a little bit. Finally kind of starting to come to light. I'm excited to get these rolling out. Boom. The Swing Hard in Case You Hit It BP Hero shirt. The hats, I'm making a revision to the hats so they will match the shirt itself a little better. But here will be the logo on the front. And then, well, here it is without the hat. So, that's what we got. Working on that. Still trying to get out a few logistics things, you might say, as far as production and that kind of thing. But the plan is to have this shirt. This is the front. That'll be the back. And then the hat will match. If, you got some guys that are always trying to get their swagged out, Yeah, like my man Damon. Never showed up to a ballpark looking bad, I can tell you that. But, yeah, so those will be coming soon. Still kind of trying to work out a couple of things. The place I got it from, I'm not 100% sure that I want to make more of them. Like, it's kind of a golden rule of a screen printed shirt. It's a screen printed cotton t-shirt. I know people are big fans of dry fits and this and that and whatever else. But every shirt I've done has been dry fit. But, man, sometimes it's nice just to have a cotton t-shirt. Not everybody wants to wear dry fit all the time. Like, we've all got those cotton t-shirts that are Headbanger Sports, that are Worth, that are Mikan, that are whatever. So that's kind of the goal here with this shirt, is to have something that, you can wear the ball field if you want. Some people like to play in cotton t-shirts. That you can wear it to work, you can wear it out, you can do whatever you want with it. Really, I don't give a damn what you do with it, as long as you pay for it. But I'm not sure where my supply is going to be from. Like I said, the supplier that gave me this one, I ran it through the washer one time, and the logos are starting to kind of come off of it. But I did make the mistake of not turning it inside out. Tony says he cut the sleeves off that real quick. Yeah, Tony, listen, if you get one of these, I'm just going to cut the sleeves off of it for you, buddy. Let's just get the hard part out of the way. I don't think my man Tony owns a shirt that has sleeves on it. Like, I bet even his coats, he gets a winter coat, cuts the sleeves off of it. 100% believe it. Yeah, Gio, so got a little bit of a sinus infection going on, I believe. I have really sensitive allergies. And long story short, I kind of mentioned in the beginning, I sleep with a CPAP machine and did put water in it and completely dried me out. I was blowing dust when I woke up. I was so dry. So, got things kind of aggravated from that, but we're going to work through it. We're going to get it figured out. I just sound like I smoke 28 packs a day. That's all. But you know what? The crazy thing of this is, had I remembered to do the podcast the night before, it would have been fine. But now listen to me. No, Gio, the shirt didn't come from Taiwan. It's an American supplier. But it's quantity over quality with the supplier, kind of from what I gathered. So I don't know that I want to offer a shirt that's going to be something that people are going to have issues with if they don't do the exact right things with it. Because like I said, I always turn screen printed shirts inside out when I wash them. Try to anyway. But this one I didn't, and it's starting to kind of crack up on me a little bit. So I got to decide, was it just a fluke? I need to email them and kind of see what's going on with that. But I'm really looking forward to unveiling those. I've had that design made for, gosh, I couldn't tell you how long. So to be able to finally get that done, as soon as I get the hat to match, we're going to start rolling. Because my big thing, if you know me at all, and I'm sure my hat guy just wants to wring my neck sometimes, but he's so good to me. I'm real big on seeing something before I offer it to everybody else. And I wanted to see this shirt like in person. The supplier I went with to get this one, they literally made me just one. It's hard to find places that'll do that because you got to stop and think. Why is a shirt supplier, when I shut down my entire line, make a screen to screen print one shirt that you're potentially not going to order any more of? I get it. But I have to see what I'm like. I have to like touch it, feel it, see it. I want to physically see what I'm going to offer someone to sell before I sell it. I'm just that way. I understand that's a tall order. That's kind of weird. But that's just the way I am because I want to make sure that I'm selling something I can stand behind. But it'll be cool. And then once we get that one rolling, I did get in touch with another place that's going to do some artwork for me. Yeah, Q, message me about that, would you? I know a place that's going to do some artwork for me, and we're going to get us like some dry fits. I thought about doing basically like just a BP Hero full dye. You know, like crazy cool designs on it, whatever, like a headbanger type thing. Just to give people some options. Some people like that kind of stuff. You like a league shirt. Gio, you can get some through you. What are you talking about, Gio? Oh, okay. Yeah, some people like wearing stuff like that to league if they don't have jerseys or they're filling in or whatever else. So that's also something I want to look into very soon as well. One thing at a time, though, kids. One thing at a time. Yes, so Ian can do the spot dyes and everything else. To my understanding, the cotton t-shirt, which is going to be a bit of a hassle for him, and I understand that. Ian's been really good to me. That's where I've gotten all of my BP Hero shirts. He's done a really good job taking care of me doing all those. But for the cotton stuff, we're going to do something a little bit different. But listen, I can tell that I'm about to lose my voice soon. But I did want to get on here. I did want to get a podcast going. I'll tell you what, though, real quick. If anybody's got any questions, topics, or anything like that they want me to cover, I'll cover them real quick. But we're going to wind it down here pretty soon. I don't sound the greatest anyway, obviously, as you can tell. But I can feel the voice starting to go. You know what I mean? Baseball is back with bigger bases, pitch clocks, and no shifts. That's ridiculous. But at least baseball is back. And the Bears are apparently rebuilding. Trading away Khalil Mack for some draft picks. Do not know what that's about, but good Lord. The AFC West is absolutely stacked. That's insane. It's absolutely crazy how stacked the AFC West is going to be. You got Russell Wilson moving to the Broncos. You got Khalil Mack going to the Chargers. So now, not only do you have Joey Bosa, but now you have Khalil Mack. I mean, good God, those two alone can stop a whole team. Yeah, Gio, the CPAP machine is already filled up with water. Don't you worry. I got that taken care of. Check on one more thing here. Oh, and also, I don't know how many viewers or listeners of the podcast do like to kind of keep up with Sonic and their softball ventures. So, my plan is to go live for a majority of my games. And there's going to be some conflicts and that kind of thing going on between me going live for my games and Sonic playing somewhere and doing their thing as well. So, Brian and I have kind of discussed maybe starting up a separate page so everybody can still go watch all the Sonic games. I'll be sure and post it plenty of in advance and spam it everywhere so you make sure you don't miss it. But that will be coming soon, probably. So if you do like to watch Sonic, make sure you stay tuned for that. And our main games, excuse me, our games will be live on the BP Hero Facebook page. I thought about doing them on YouTube just so they're right there already. I may ask, do a little bit of a poll on that as well. Maybe kind of ask around. Would it be easier to put them straight to YouTube instead of Facebook? Maybe I could do that so Sonic can have Facebook and I can have YouTube. We'll figure it out. Will Gabe ever be back on the channel? Brian says, who's Gabe? Yeah. So, yeah, he was on the channel for 2 reviews. I think it was a Resmondo Balanced and the Monster Torch. He made a comeback for. So he's still out there, still balling out, doing his thing. Cardinals ready to get going on winning the World Series of 2022. Wayno and Yanni got to go out on top. That would be really cool. Be really cool if they did that. Gabe Ruth. That's funny. It's not the first time he's been called that, I promise you. Oh, man, y'all come with some firepower. Have to get Gabe in here to defend himself, I guess. Goodness. But okay, guys, listen. We're going to wrap it up here. Sorry it's a day late, but hey, at least we got it in, right? So thanks for stopping in, checking out the podcast. And make sure you go over to Spotify and Apple Podcasts and subscribe there. Catch up with this stuff there if you want to. Or if you're already listening to it there. Thanks. Appreciate it. Swing hard in case you hit it. BB Hero, catch you next time.